Okay, so Bill, I'm going to do this again, and I think this is going to be a little more accurate in trying to show you how the computer should work, how it should think, because I veered off the track on the last one, so I'm going to take you through this one. Um, log in, get your two tabs going, two separate tabs on Flex, log in to both of them. Then you want to start the search for property, and that is I'm going to set up a circle. Um, I'm going to put some criteria in because when you go through, when an investor goes through, this is the way they're going to think. They're going to go, well, I want to know what's active in a certain market. You said to get the actives in there. I want to invest in single family residences. I want to get square footages that are somewhere between, let's just say, as I did before, 1,700 to probably 2,500. Okay, so there we are, and all the other criteria is secondary. So you have this 4,700 properties. So I'm going to go pick a circle out of randomly. Basically, I'm going to pick a circle where I think there's going to be some success. But anyway, this is one of the 36,000 potential circles in Maricopa County. This whole basic area here, and then nationally, of course, 32 million. So I'm gonna pick an area. It's a little bit different. I'll pick. Actually, there's some potential actually to develop some things, make some money over in East Mesa. I kind of like that area. So I'm gonna pick a circle over there. This is just a random circle that I'm picking manually, but that the computer is gonna pick out of Orange Maricopa County for 32,000. So I'm just gonna pick one here. There's several here that are for sale. So I'm just going to pick the center of that circle. So I'm going to hit this circle. I'm going to go a half a mile out as I showed you before, and that'll show me several. So again, this circle actually would be a quarter of a mile away. This is a 1 mile square, I believe. Sure looks like it from that scale down there. But anyway, so these circles will be set up one quarter mile potentially apart and center to center. So here's one center. This right here would be another quarter mile, another quarter mile, quarter mile, quarter mile, quarter mile, quarter mile, and of course they would be going north south also. So this is just one. So there we have it. We have this here. Then the computer, as I'm doing manually, would want to sort these again by ascending, not descending, for the search of properties on a per square foot basis. All right, so you get these properties. This one's for sale, and the computer is going to look at kind of an average. They're not going to look at this lowest one, although that looks attractive because it's $15 less than anything else here. But what the computer will do is probably take these top three, maybe the top three out of four, and say, well, it looks like the asking price for that 1 mile circle is somewhere between, if I took this one, and this one, it's like about 100 and let's just say $122. All right, I'm going to actually look at this one. This might have some meat to it, and I quickly go through that. This is a side view that I'm doing. Yeah, it needs some work. So look at that. It needs some work. It's not the best. That's why it's 105. There might be some potential there. All right, so um, let's just say that the computer says I'm going to take the top three out of four, $122. Okay, let's set that aside. Let's go review what we've done, and that is, let's go back to the search, 1,700 to 2,500 single family residence. Now the next one, we're going to search that same circle between Brown University and then Recker and Power. All right, so we go over here. All right, we go to the second one, and this is our comps tab, and this is where we're going to go residential, of course. We're going to go here. We're going to set up the same criteria. However, we're going to look at what is closed. All right, so it's closed, and what has been sold in the last 6 months. We go to single family residence. We want to do a comparison of what we're looking at to buy. We want to find out what's sold. So square footage, set up the same thing, 1,700 to 2,000, 2,500, 2,500. There it is. So we got 15,000. We go over here to the map. This is what the computer is going to do. It's going to set that same circle up in the same location as this tab up here. So we go over here, look for that, and you can see how long. I haven't timed this, but it's easy to time after looking at the finished product. Okay, so what did I say? Can't remember where we were here. Up here. Sorry. Here we are. Power, Brown, University, Recker Road, right here. All right. So again, I'm going to set up a circle right in the middle of that. That's where we did it before. Out a half mile. Come on, half mile. Or is it screwed up? Well, it's close enough. It should be a half mile, not 0.57. Anyway, we get comps. There's 7 of them. Reasonable. Let's see what the comps say. So the comps now, we want to be on the high side, so we go descending. So let's look at this. We go all the way to the top. Okay, the top one is 165. Here's 153, 138, 137. All right, so we look at these things. We go, if we're going to use the same criteria of the top three, 3 out of 4, 1, 2, 3, I would say average that light might look like about 140. Let's just say 142. Okay, so the computer's going to average that. Let's look at this one. Again, this is a side thing that the computer can't do. They can't tell the quality, but they can pretty well tell the quality from the square foot, dollars per square foot. Higher per square foot should equate to quality. And then you can see it's a pretty nice place. Nice. Okay, so that's interesting. So this is really one of our comps here. Let's see what this is. Is this a good finished product that the fixers would aspire to? This is a nice kitchen, nice kitchen. You don't know about the layout. It's a nice tile, lighting's okay, good. So it's something to aspire to. It's not a fixer house. You can tell people live in it. So we'll go down here. This is just, again, to make sure that the quality is good. Again, the computer can't analyze this. This is just me looking and showing you how we're going to get the high end of the market on a per square foot basis, $1 per square foot. Okay, so with that said, what we have is, I'd say 142. The other one over here was, remember, this was a list of what's purchased, and it looks like purchase 122. 142, 122. It's not enough difference. $20 a square foot. And if this is the low end of the market, and there's a potential that they could buy this, but the computer probably won't find that one unless it shows up as a good potential in that circle for this $122 versus this $142. $20 difference. Not enough to make any difference. This is where the computer would probably put if it was putting a potential for an investor property on this circle all the way across the country. Again, the computer is going to do these averages, but at $20 a square foot, I would say it would be down in the cold area. It wouldn't even be hot. It wouldn't even be warm. It would be cold. There's no way that circle is going to give an investor any profit because he's going to tie it up just in fees, holding costs. If he's financing it, any kind of improvement, when he goes to sell it, he's going to have to pay a 6% commission to the agent and so forth. So that $20 gets eaten up in just holding costs and utilities while you've got it, and selling costs, and so it's gone. That's why you need an $80 difference is really the target. You get the $80 difference, it could be a really good potential. I'm not saying it's the top of the market. That's just my threshold that I use personally. Computer's going to tell us where the best one is. We may find properties across the country that are going to make $120 a square foot because the computer's going to tell us that because of these averages. So this one, I did one right there. I don't know how long that took. I did one, and it's a throwaway. It's gone. I then go, well, let's go look at another circle. This is where the computer is going to do this, I don't want to say instantaneously, but it's going to do it once a day, 32 million times. And that's our program. There's a lot of other factors we look into. You can look into, each of these has, as you have studied this, I'm sure, you got certain subdivisions. Those stick out as something that people want to live in. This is a good sized lot, by the way. Look at that. It's 12,000 square feet. That's a really good sized lot. But there's certain other things that might be benefits. So people could search in whether they want a pool or not. They could search as to whether there's an HOA. There's an HOA 115. That's reasonable. But that's immaterial as far as the flippers go. These are just other things that we could use as a criteria to tell investors this is what we search for. Again, listing of schools, you mentioned that. I think that's a good one. I'm developing a long list of these things that will affect, kind of on a subliminal basis, value, but it really boils down to the difference between ARV and purchase price. So there you have it. I'm going to sign off, and hopefully that's a lot more helpful than the last one I put together.